pheasant tail emerger. This imitates a midge pupa in the water surface, transitioning to an adult with wings. Because of the surface tension, the bugs may have difficulty breaking through. Some may even get stuck. This vulnerable time is an easy meal for the trout. You need to have one of these emergers in your arsenal to catch those finicky fish when the midges are rising. In my vise, I have a size 12 emerger hook. Now this one is 2 extra short, effectively a size 14, and the gape is 2 times as wide. It's also 1 extra fine wire. I've started my 170 denier thread at the eye with our jam knot and gone back a couple eyelets. We're going to take our extra small copper wire, bring it underneath our hook and thread, make a couple more wraps, and we're going to pull this to length there. With the copper wire held up, take your flat thread, want to make this pretty skinny, and just let the thread slide down the copper wire, making touching turns. And we'll go just past the bend of the hook. Take 4 or 5 barbs off of a pheasant tail. Now we're going to cut about 1/4 of an inch or more off the tips. Those are pretty weak and they'll break off on us anyway. Line up the remaining tips about an eyelet behind the eye. It's easier if you do a 45-degree angle to get this started. And we're going to tie these on top of the hook shank. And we'll stop about an eyelet behind the eye. Take a 1/2 strand of poly yarn, about 1 inch long. Bring this up underneath the hook. About an eyelet behind the eye. Make a couple more wraps, pull it back. Make a few wraps, and we're going to do a 1/2 hitch and work on the post horizontally. Holding the yarn out to the side, we're going to make a post about 3 millimeters tall. Take your brown thread, get these other things out of the way. We want this post that we're going to make about 3 millimeters. Right about there. And then we'll just finish tying that in. Now when you get to the base, let's make a figure 8 just to secure it. And it'll look like that. Take some gelled super glue or UV glue if you have it. The UV glue just lets us work on our fly a lot faster without having to wait for the glue to dry. Let's take our pheasant tail and we'll wind that forward. I like to hold my finger on there as I work that forward. Starting that first wrap. Let's take a copper wire, counter wrap that. This copper wire is the perfect size and color. It blends in there with the pheasant tail, yet provides some visible segmentation without being overbearing. And a little bit of flash. Take a hackle feather, and you want the barbs to be a little bit wider than half the gape of the hook. Now what you want to do is cut off barbs 3 millimeters off the bottom, just like you did the post. A lot of people tie it onto the hook and then bend it. I find this to be easier and a lot more accurate. So with the convex side down, let's put this against the post, and the barbs are to start right where our post stops. Let's adjust that a little bit more. Now take your dubbing, it should be a couple shades darker than the pheasant tail. This small amount of dubbing in the hackles, all that's going to hold this fly in the surface tension. So at the end, I will show you how to put some floatant on the dubbing and the hackle that's accurate, so you won't be doing it on the water. So make a very tight rope so the water won't penetrate it and it'll float. And we'll just work our way around, making a little thorax that's a little wider than the abdomen. Let's just, with our convex side against the hook, as we bend this forward, you can see that the concave side is now facing down. And that's what we want, because that's the strongest way to orient this feather to hold up the fly. So we're going to wind down, we're going to make 4 or 5 wraps, trying to focus on keeping that concave side down. Now work our way around the post. Between the body of the fly and our hackle, trying not to capture any hackle that's pretty tight in there. And we'll have to trim off a little bit. We got some good wraps on there.